Mr. Bostwick, here's a letter from Mr. Bedwhistle.
About time.
Mr. J.B. Bostwick, New England Bag and Twine Company, Miami Beach, Florida. Dear J.B., I arrived here in Central America to make our annual company audit, and I must say things have changed quite a bit. Oh, the natives are still gay and happy, but to begin with, it seems the cabs don't take Diners Club cards anymore. What's more, the police seem to have developed a peculiar sense of humor. When I ask for directions to the office...
You're a Yankee, see?
See?
Okay, I tell you where to go. First you go from right to left, and then you jump up and down.
Very funny. Of course, I went right to the American Embassy. And I'm sorry to tell you, the people here have let things go something fierce. The place was downright shabby. And their filing system left a great deal to be desired, too. Frankly, J.B., I didn't see much evidence of that old Yankee ingenuity and know-how. Then, while I was looking for the consul, a trap door opened right behind me and... But that's another story. Anyway, I headed right for our main office to see the head bookkeeper. I'd like to see Miss Peckthorpe. You obviously don't know who I am.
I don't care much, neither.
Well, I thought, what would J.B. do in a spot like this? And I did it. You know, it really is too warm for a top coat down here. Well, the office was closed up tight as a drum, J.B. Then, like a bolt from the blue, the solution struck me. It's Sunday. But just then, someone tossed down a round object with a message pinned to it. I knew what to do. I pulled out the pin. And I got the message. Why should I bother you with details, J.B.? Suffice it to say that I was soon out of the hospital and hard at work. Recalling your own words at our sales meeting about how important it is to gain goodwill for the company, I made contact with a big independent merchant and concluded a very satisfactory trade agreement. Then I received word that our head bookkeeper, Miss Peckthorpe, wanted to see me. I followed the messenger to a dimly lit section of the city and through a mysterious door. The door closed behind me and... But why should I bother you with details, J.B.? The important thing is, I found Miss Peckthorpe. I'm sure you'll be happy to know she has a second job with a local firm. Working the swing shift, I believe.
Good grief.
Well, I showed her your memo authorizing me to look at the books.
Books? Books? Oh, yeah, the book. Oh, come on in. I must have them somewhere. Where did I put them? Oh, there they are.
Miss Peckthorpe showed me the books. Or book, really. She uses the single entry system to save space. And what I saw made my little heart go pitty-pat, J.B. New England Bag and Twine took in $7 million last year.
Oh, goody.
But they show a net loss of 28 cents. Yes, it seems that our managing director, Mr. Osgood, made the mistake of appointing the local chief of police to the executive board.
Gentlemen, the Home Office has sent $2 million to build another twine plant.
Objection. I move we use the money to vote ourselves a bonus instead.
No. We're supposed to use the money to help the people down here.
Well, I'm people, you're people, we are all people. Every one of us could make a mint.
But...
A mint!
What's a four-letter word for crook?
Gentlemen, I'm counting on your loyalty to me and to New England Bag and Twine. Just sign here.
Well, of course, there was only one way the vote could go. In 2 hours, Mr. Osgood was kicked out of the company and retired to a little place in the country. A little place with bars on the windows. Gee. And the new managing director immediately set up a novel profit-sharing plan.
A bag for you, and a bag for me. A bag for me, and a bag for you, and a bag for me.
Well, obviously, it was my move, and I said to Miss Peckthorpe, what would J.B. do in a spot like this? And J.B., I did it. Hello, Chief. Need a good auditor?
Sit down. What kept you?
Well, I made a deal on the spot. I'd keep the books looking good for an equal share in the loot. Just as I thought. Your share is equaler than mine.
What's so funny?
You'll find out. Of course, as you probably guessed, J.B., I immediately got in touch with Mr. Osgood and got proxies on all his voting stock in the company. And with a few bribes here and there, I soon wound up with control of the Central American branch of New England Bag and Twine. So, at the first stockholders' meeting,
I would like to introduce a new board member, Harvey Pentwhistle.
Yay!
Thank you. And I'd like to introduce the managing director.
Thank you.
Not you crumb. Get out of here. Oh, Mr. Osgood. How about that, folks?
Yay!
Of course, the chief tried to kick up a fuss, but I thought, what would J.B. do? And I did it. I declared a dividend.
Yay!
Then I remembered what you did with Harrison Hemp and Cordage, J.B. So the next thing I did was to boot out old Osgood and take over the company myself. I also married Miss Peckthorpe. Wife can't testify against her husband, you know. Oh, I'm also the new chief of police. Just lucky, I guess. Yours truly, Harvey Pentwhistle. Oh, P.S. About Mr. Osgood. He's now a demonstrator with our local Lath and Plaster Institute. Mr. Osgood is a man who knocks on the wall. Well, I guess I owe it all to you, J.B. But just you try and get any of it away from me.
This program is brought to you by the makers of Burpa Seltzer, the pleasant-tasting alkali drink that speeds release through your system in seconds. And by Nail'em cigarettes. Remember, whoever you are, wherever you are, when you light up a Nail'em, suddenly it's springtime. Coming soon to your local theater. A motion picture that dares to be typical. More thrilling than Godzilla meets Max Factor. More heartbreaking than Tammy turns commie. More poignant than Gidget goes on a bender. It's the grim, grim world of the wonderful brothers sisters. You'll see Phony Jerkins as the nervous, sensitive teenager who can't figure out how to cope with life. Or with his long underwear. You'll hear lovely Wednesday Welk introduce a new song that will make you cry for any number of reasons. It's the undercover story of 19 sumptuous sisters who sleep with their windows open. Produced by the man who gave you Saturdays tight and Sundays boring, David O. Shellshock. It's a motion picture to make you glad you're living somewhere else. Never before has a motion picture made such a spectacle of itself. Never before has the director taken such a simple and beautiful story and dared bring it to the screen free of hokum and cheap slapstick comedy. It's a widescreen revelation that proves once again how much rural Americana weaves the moral fiber of our lives and entwines itself in our very bedspring. Yes, it will remind you of Mother. It will make you pine for the good life and for days gone by. Be sure to see the grim, grim world of the wonderful brothers, sisters. Bring the family. After all, everyone likes to see a good drowning.
What did he say?